Hey everyone, how are you doing? I hope you are doing absolutely well. My name is Namo and you are watching Vocabulary Practice with Namo. Today in a video I am just going to talk about a most common problem faced by every individual, that is so many difficulties and fear faced by everyone while learning English speaking. So in this video I am just going to tell you what is the difficulties faced by every individual who want to learn English speaking and how to overcome that problem. So without wasting so much time, let's dive into the video. First of all, I just want to tell you what is the problem faced by every individual. That is the first problem faced by every individual, that is lack of confidence. Okay, lack of confidence is the big problem faced by everyone who is in initial stage of learning and who want to learn English speaking, and that is very normal. Second problem faced by everyone is that fear of what others say, fear of being rejected by someone. That is the second problem faced by every individual. The third problem faced by everyone, that is fear of making mistake. That is also a very common problem faced by every individual. And the next problem faced by that is how to maintain the time, how to manage a time for learning English speaking. If I am so busy, how can I manage the time schedule for myself to make myself more free to learn English speaking? And the last problem faced by everyone, that is how to be motivated while learning English speaking. So I just want to tell you this problem is very common. So you don't just need to be patient, because if you are thinking that you are not doing that mistakes, you are not being feared by anything, you are not being lack of confident by doing this, that is not easy. Because if you are going or adopt anything in an initial stage, it is really tough for you. So that is very normal and very obvious that you face these type of difficulties. But how can you overcome these difficulties? That is, you have to create a habit of doing things. Because if initial stage is really tough, the first step is a really tough for everything. It does not mean that I am talking about English speaking. It means that whatever you want to do it, first step is very tough, but you have to create a habit to do it, right? So always remember that you have to be patient. I can understand it is not easy for you, but you have to try it. I am not talking about that you have to take first step in a very long way. No, take a step in a very small steps. That is easy for you to create a habit, to make a habit, to be really easy or familiar for you to doing anything. I just want to give you one example, that if you are thinking that I don't have confidence, how can I speak English? I can understand, but how to build a confidence? You want to build a confidence to, so you have to try to create a habit of doing things. Means you have to create a habit of learning English. But initial stage is tough. So what can I do? Okay, I just give you one example. If you want to make a habit of reading, right? How can you do this? I just want to tell you, you have to choose a simple book that is very easy, that is very easy to understand. The language used in a book is easy for you, so you can read it. Okay, but initial stage you don't have any habit. How can you learn one chapter, or how can you read one chapter every day? It is not easy for you. So what you have to need, you just need to select a 5 line or 6 line for one chapter. Okay, just try to read that line for 7 days. Means 5 line for every chapter for 7 days. Okay, after 7 days you have to do it with 10 lines, and you have to you have to process that for next week. Okay, but you have to be consistent. So every week you have to make your learning, make your reading more double. So that is the only way you can create a habit of reading. So that reading what can change in you, that is they create a confidence in you that you can do it. You can do it in a few little way. Okay, that is also give you confidence to speak in front of anyone. Maybe initial stage is it's not easy for you, maybe you are using wrong grammar, it is okay for you, but you don't need to fear of making mistakes. If you are not doing any mistake, how can you know that you have to improve? That is, for example, if have you ever watched a scientist can do their experiment and be successful in a one chance? No, not at all. They did every time. They did learn from their mistake after 5 attempts, 6 attempts, 10 attempts. When but next last attempt maybe they can be succeed. But initial stage it's not easy for you. But what you have to do it, you have to learn from your mistakes. If I am talking about you and I am fumbling, so I just try to remove that mistake when I am going to speak again in a next video. That is the thing, you have to learn from your mistakes, and that is also easy for you, but you have to create a habit with practice. Practice is the only key that can also give you chance to be succeed in life. Practice for learning English, practice for doing anything. Practice is the only way. And so many times you have also a problem faced by that you don't have a environment around you. I just told you in my previous video about how to create a environment around you. That is, you have to use your time in a right way. If you are employee and if you don't have any time, you have a lunch time, right? Maybe the lunch time is for 30 minutes. You have to use 20 minutes for lunch and 10 minutes you can use to listen any podcast. You can use to listen any commentary. If you like sport, you have to use to listen any news in English. That is also a simple method to create a habit that also give you confidence that next time when you are doing in the same way, be consistent. You have a habit that is also help you to build a confidence in you. That is also helpful for you to create an environment around you. That is also helpful for you that you don't feel to fear of making mistake. You can do it easily, but you have to be patient. You have to do it every time. You have to practice for everything. But I am not talking about that you have to practice for long time. Just take 10 minutes in a day for yourself to build a English speaking environment. And just remember one thing, English is not a subject, English is a language. So you have to learn this language is like the same your local language. So you have to give time for English speaking, English learning. You have to practice in front of mirror. You have to speak in front of your friends. You have to create a habit of reading with yourself. You have to read a book. That is the only way you overcome of these difficulties, you overcome of these problems. So I can understand and I am sure that you will overcome of every problem faced by every individual who is in initial stage of learning or who is in want to learn English speaking. I hope that you can understand. That's all for today's video. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Till then, bye bye. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.